Hello and welcome to another episode of Kerbal Space Program with me, Balthelion. So it's been quite a while since I last did an episode of this, and I've ended up going straight from patch 22 to patch 25. So we've got all the new features of 23, 24 and 25 to go over at once. I don't even really remember too much about what has changed from having a quick glance at the patch notes, so I'm just going to go in there and work it out as I go along. But there's going to be a load of cool new buildings in that. Now, Asofol hasn't been scumbagged by the patching process, so that's quite nice. There's loads of new parts, there's some new buildings, we can do some cool new stuff with our Kerbals before we kill them. So, the Space Center, as you can see in the background, we've got all these bits and pieces that we can now recover, actually. Now, as part of the career mode, because I'm doing career mode with this save, we can recover all the bits and pieces that we land safely, and we get our money back for those pieces. Anything that we can't recover, we're going to lose that money for. Also, if any parts of the rockets and stuff that we launch crash into any of the buildings that are part of the Space Center, they will now take damage and explode. And repairing those can be pretty expensive, so if you accidentally crash your first rocket into the rocket assembly building, you've probably fucked up your save game, basically, because you can't build any more rockets until it's rebuilt, and it's going to take a lot of money to rebuild it. So we can click recover on these bits. I'm not sure if we get the full value of those parts back or what, but we can... Oh, hello. This is new screen. We have monies. I think that's money or something. I don't know. We don't want to launch anything though. Let's go to the radar screen. We can see we've got loads of flights in progress. We've got one that's like in the arse end of nowhere. Is that one landed on the moon? Did we land one on the moon? I think we did. That looks pretty good to me. Let's have a look. It's been so long since I played, I can't even remember if we actually did it or not. No one did land on the moon! Yes! Sidney Kerman with his pretty cool rocket. Even though I don't think the legs are actually activated, but we're not going to mess about. He's landed, he's alive, he's in one piece. He probably doesn't have enough fuel to get home, so he's just sitting there in his cockpit, you know, watching some films or something. If we go back to the Space Center, you can see we've got a few other flights that are in orbit that have probably got no other hopes of coming back to Kerbin. Can we see any of the parts that we can recover from down here? Epic rover ship splashed down somewhere. This is the one I just put a car on the top and it went horribly wrong. I could probably drive in the water, can't I? How does one drive this ship? I don't think I can drive it. I'm not even sure if I can recover this. Anyway, let's go back to the Space Center. We're going to start making new rockets, see if we've got any new parts and bits and pieces that we can purchase. I don't even know what half the new buildings are. The R&D department is closed. I'm not sure if that's because we need to unlock it or it's just night time. We can hire more Kerbal Nauts. I don't think it costs anything, so yeah, come on, you guys can all join. You know, I don't care about your qualifications. You're probably going to die anyway, so you know, if you're happy with that. Loads of people. I can actually assign them to various parts of the ships if I remember correctly, not just the cockpits now. We've lost two brave Kerbal Nauts in our space program so far, Jebediah and Jean Bliss. We're probably going to lose a few more, to be honest. In fact, I'm surprised the death toll is not higher. I wonder how you're supposed to recover these apart from on this screen then. Mission summary for Fireflight. We've recovered Genfrod Kerman. Okay. There is spacecraft debris over there. Get all this stuff off the landing pad. There's probably like one of these buildings might actually recover stuff. Or can change the flag to some brand new flags that we've got now. Kerbal Industries, that will sound pretty cool. Let's go with that flag. That was the building we were just in. What's the new one on the left? Administration, that is closed. That's the radar facility. Why can we not do R&D? What's this little one? Mission control is closed. Well, let's build a new rocket anyway and see where we go from here. I've got some pretty cool new spaceplane parts. Putting that on the back of the rocket will probably end badly for me because I just can't make them be stable during liftoff. A massive engine cluster. I don't know what this is, but it looks pretty cool. So let's build a rocket on the assumption we might get one of those going. I mean, should we go big? Yeah, let's go big. I don't even know what they will assemble on. Is that a big piece or? Jesus Christ, this thing's huge. I like it. I don't know how we're going to build a rocket using it, but I'm going to try. So, we're going to need a parachute on the top. I think that's a big parachute. I'm not sure if the numbers actually mean anything now, but the numbers seem to be a bit more cleanly displayed in the top half of these tooltips. So the capsule and the parachute, we want that in its own section, so we're going to put a decoupler on here. Which one would it be? Big one? The small one? Page 2, no, must be one of these then. There we go. Bunch that up there, so underneath that I think we're going to have just plenty of fuel tanks. Is there a bigger cockpit then? I don't think there is there? I don't even know what all these are. Lander can. Features a novel full-body crumple zone technology. External command seat. That just looks like some kind of horrible strap thing that's gonna chafe his groin quite brutally. It contains all the controls needed to fully operate a spacecraft, just like a command pod, but without such needless frivolities as pressurized interiors or seat belts. It's bare bones, pedal to the metal efficiency at its best. Oh dear, I mean, sticking that on the rocket would be pretty brutal. So there's got to be some kind of way to, it's probably this, to, there we go to a bigger size rocket. I mean, the problem I've been having with building these rockets in the past is that I always build too big. I dream too big and it goes horribly, horribly wrong. So, yeah, one of them, that looks pretty big. Let's go with one of those. This is just going to end horrifically. I'll zoom out a little bit. I mean, that is not a small piece of rocket, shall we say. Let's have another stage. Launch escape system. This solid rocket tower is designed to wrench the command pod up and away from a malfunctioning rocket. That is pretty cool. Sweet, so you can have that on the top instead of a parachute. That is pretty funky. Let's go with another decoupler. Not that one. No, not that one. This is a problem. Nope. Nope. Oh, one of these got to fit, surely. Or maybe we've got a bit too ambitious with putting that at the bottom. Let's save that for the very, very bottom, shall we? Stick one of those down there. Move this down here. What do we got? That one. Put that in there. We need some of the what used to be the large fuel tanks to now be the medium fuel tank. So one of them. Connect that on the bottom. Need some kind of boosters. What is this? Looks strange. Some of those, yeah, let's go with those. Take it up to 8 symmetry. This is going to end badly, I know it is. Why can't I place this here? I think it's running a bit too close. Okay, so plan B, we're going to stick some sideways decouplers. There they are, these are. Snap them to grid just so I can line it up a bit more central. Stick it about there. I'm gonna get some more fuel tanks. Hello. What are these? 4 big rockets. Right. Let's tune that down to 4. Stick that there. Get some of these bad boys. If I can line it up. Yeah, about there seems about right. This is either going to fail miserably or it's going to shoot off into space at ridiculously high speeds. I'm not entirely sure how fuel efficient these are going to be either. We need some kind of cap on those to make it a bit more aerodynamic as well. I'm guessing, yeah, that's a bit small. We need a big nose cone. Yep, those ones work. Nice. I like how it's actually branding all the rockets and that with Kerbodyne as well. That's pretty cool. Probably going to want... we're going to need some engines actually on that bit. That is something I have overlooked slightly. Rockamax mainsail, that's what I want. So stick that at the bottom. Then put out a coupler on there. Back. There we go. Probably going to want some side engines on that bit, I guess. So if we get some more structural stuff. Stick them about there. Get some fuel tanks of a more reasonably sized nature. Them ones? Yeah, stick 2 of them. Double them up. Stick some small engines on the bottom of those guys. So... I don't know which ones are which. Yeah, they seem like they'll fit. Do they have the ability to change thrust a little bit? I'm not sure. Yeah, it does have thrust vectoring, so we can use those to stabilise ourselves when everything goes horribly wrong, which it inevitably will, since I'm in charge of the mission. Aerodynamic nose cones, stick 4 of those on there. Looking good. It's probably going to be far too heavy and crash at some point. Should probably put in some structural integrity stuff. So let's just put in a few struts, zoom in a bit, just to attach these bits to one another so they're less likely to shake about and violently explode after takeoff. Okay, so they should be, yep, symmetry on the other sides. Do want to attach this to the lower sections. I'm thinking it's probably for the best, so let's stick one on the outside down to the bits below. Cool. Do you want anything fancy on the outside of our control pod? Let's just keep it simple for now. Don't need to put any ladders and stuff on there, so let's just get some landing platforms. Where are they kept? Structural, maybe? There we go. So we stick 4 towels on each of these bad boys. I don't think I'm missing anything. I've got parachute. I can decouple stuff when I need it, so let's just work out what is firing in what order as part of our staging. So we want probably just the outlying 4 engines to fire first. So that's those 4, so we shift those down. To fire the main engines at the same time we release the control tower things there, so that's good. Then they're going to run out of fuel and we want to decouple those guys. So somewhere it's probably, yeah, these have got separated a slight bit. Add a new group. It's those ones and those ones. So then we're going to let go of those 4 engines, then we're going to fire up the main thruster, which is this one. I don't know why I can't stage it in the right order at the minute. So fire the main engine, continue burning. Then when that runs out of fuel we need to decouple that one. So we drag that there. And then we're going to let the small engines fire up, which is them 4, that's correct. Then we're going to release them. Then we're going to fire the main big thruster underneath that, which is this one. Now let that go for a while, and then we can decouple the control pod, and then we can fire the parachute at the end. So that is all staged in the correct order. We can stick in a few aerodynamic fins just so we can help control ourselves on the way up. So I'm thinking that's probably a terrible plan, but if we go one there on the edge of the black line and another one there on the edge of the black line, they should be same height, good enough to me. Stick another one of those guys on there. Seems legit, so what are we going to call this? Let's be completely unoriginal. Apollo 1. Not safe for live Kerbal noughts. We'll save that. We will launch, and it's going to go horribly wrong and explode, and we're going to kill some peoples. So let's see what happens.